A look there inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Tonight, a good one coming your way in the AFC. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. With Greg Olsen, I'm Mike Tirico, and out there is Tyler Luke to get us started. That'll be brought down past the 25. decent field position to start this drive.
At their own 26-yard line.
Play action here. Mahomes. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and it's two nice plays to begin this drive.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance. Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now, that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
2nd and 10. Right back to the air from Mahomes. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
Defense got lucky on that one. There's no one accounting for the running back out of the backfield as they should have, and fortunately for them, he bails them out by not securing the catch.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. Bowers, the man in motion. Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. A dive and a catch. Incredible. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
With wide receivers, I think we spend so much time by talking about their speed and their route running, and of course that's critical, but the ability to not only catch the ball, but to concentrate on the bad throws. We used to have a saying, you get paid to catch the bad ones, and saw a great example of it here, laying out, going down to get this ball, holding on through contact with the ground, and it's a big-time play. Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Mahomes now on 2nd down. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes.
And he'll take this one in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Chiefs. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
The score, Chiefs 7, Ravens nothing.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Second down, Jackson. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Flowers. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
It's a gain of 20.
Jackson on target to Flowers, and it's a Baltimore first down.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's second down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike. Make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
Jackson now on second down. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. Jackson to his big target, Andrews, for the Baltimore first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6 at the Chiefs' 20.
So after one, it's the Chiefs on top. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. Raven football, quarter number 2 begins from the 25. Here's second down and 6 as we are ready to get back underway. He keeps it himself. And he will take this into the end zone. What a run. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score in the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. It's Xavier Worthy on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. And he'll work this 25 to the 26-yard line. The all-pro Micah Parsons there for the stop.
It's second and 8.
Second down and 8. Throwing now, Mahomes. Out quickly here to Worthy. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. They gain 18 yards on that one. Good for a Chiefs first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
We're going to work this down inside the 45. First grab of the game for Tyreek, and he's got a first down.
And it's a big play there for his first catch of the game. And not only does he get a nice chunk of yards, but now he puts his offense in plus territory as they try to see if they can end this drive with some points.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
Smith in on the tackle. A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8 at the Ravens' 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's second and 8. Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. Working across the field. There goes Hill. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's his second catch on the drive. This one is good for 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On the ground, here's Pacheco. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Mahomes going to look to run with this one.
Mahomes on the keeper. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Third down. They'll set up to throw. And this one is intercepted. Derek Stingley comes up with it. And the Ravens are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
On first down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And the defense signaling safety here. The official says he made it out of the end zone, but not by much.
These situations here, Mike, you can see this defensive line is just chomping at the bit. They can see a safety coming. They don't quite get the safety in this case. They still hold him to no gain. Brings up second down.
They'll try to power ahead with Ricard. And the defense signaling safety here. The official says he made it out of the end zone, but not by much.
3rd and 10.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Out of his end zone, Jackson. Oh, trying to get away, but he can't break free. And that is going to be a safety. So first the decision to throw down here, backed up near your own goal line. And the defense gets to the quarterback, sacking him, Greg, in the end zone for a safety.
Mike, anytime you're willing to call a pass backed up this deep in your side of the field, you have to trust that your quarterback is going to have the clock in his head to get the ball out of his hands. In this case, he holds on to it too long. The defense is able to get to him in the end zone, and it results in the safety.
That's taken at about the 14. And he's out past the 30 and out of bounds. The Chiefs offense ready to take over possession of the football. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. To the left side, in the hands of Hill. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield.
17 yards.
That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart the 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the Ravens' 45-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's hauled in on the left by Nacua. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this second quarter. Third down, 3 to go. They put Kelce in motion. On third down, Mahomes. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. But as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. This is still anyone's ball game at this point. The difference is just 2 as we begin quarter number 3. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They trail by 2. And we'll start this drive with 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. Trying to bounce that one outside, but only to be able to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
At the 28-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Play action now. Jackson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. That is Myles Garrett in for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's 3rd down.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
3rd and long for Jackson. Now a screen set up for Henry. And that one just too long to get going. They'll come up, stop him before the lineman could get out to lead the way.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
This fielded inside the 35. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Chiefs offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. He'll find his tight end Gray open downfield. And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone inside the 20. A big pickup there for the Chiefs. An even 40 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal. He's able to take it inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get 1st down after 1st down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
Mahomes. He'll step up and run this. And he's into the end zone. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, KC. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This taken at the 5. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9 as this drive starts with 1st down. Back to throw, Jackson. He'll drop this one down to the fullback.
Nice job by the defense there. Took away all the options downfield, and quarterback realized pretty quickly, I got no choice but to check this down, and results in no gain.
From the gun, Jackson. That one finds Chase. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Just his 1st catch. They have held him in check so far. But that one gives him a 1st down.
And I think it's really been to all of our surprise. We haven't really had to say his name very much so far. And I think you can give the defense all the credit for that. There's his 1st catch of the game. And it comes here in the 3rd quarter.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these 0 or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots. Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. They bring Chase in motion. On 3rd down, here's a run by Henry. This will not do the trick. They stopped it behind the line. 4th down coming up.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
Ravens sending the punt team out there. He's on for the 2nd time. They'll try to get something inside the 10. Whoa! That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. The cushion is 9 as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Roquan Smith there to bring him down.
A 40-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Here's Pacheco. He gets the 4th quarter going. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
He's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line.
That's good.
Big play for KC. And even 30 yards.
Once he saw the defense, he knew that outbreak.
John Harbaugh not a fan of that call, and out comes the challenge flag.